What if I told you you could design one page, just one, and Framer would turn it into 50 pages for you automatically? Sounds fake, right? It's not. It's called a CMS, and it's probably the most underrated feature in all of Framer. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what it is, how it works, and why once you get it, you will never build a page manually again. Hi, I'm Sapi, you're that Framer website bro. Let's get started. Okay, so let's actually walk through this. Say you were building a portfolio like 10 projects, and every single one needs the exact same setup: an image at the top, a title, a short description, and a link at the bottom. So, what happens? Like, you build the first page, it looks great, then you duplicate it for project 2, then project 3. By project 10, you have got 10 separate pages that all technically work, but they're all disconnected from each other. And here's where it gets rough. You decide you want the title font a little bigger, or want to change the button color, or change the layout. Simple change, right? Except now you gotta open all 10 pages and make that exact same edit 10 separate times. One typo, one missed page, and now your site looks inconsistent. That's not designing anymore. That's just maintenance. And it eats hours you didn't need to spend. And look, this isn't because you were doing something wrong. This is just what happens when nobody's show you the tool that's built specifically to solve this problem. So, let me show you what that tool is. It's called a CMS, Content Management System. And honestly, forget the name for a second. Here's the actual idea behind it. Your content stops living stuck inside one single page, and instead it lives in a folder. Framer calls that a collection. So a blog becomes a blog collection, a portfolio becomes a portfolio or project collection, a team page becomes a team collection. And inside that collection, it behaves like a spreadsheet. Every row is an item, and one blog post is one item, one project is one item. That's the whole foundation. Everything from here builds directly off this. Now, here's where it gets specific. Every item in that collection needs actual info inside it, like a title, an image, maybe a date. Those individual slots each have a name. They're called fields. The easiest way to picture a field is like a label box. One box just holds text, one just holds images, one holds dates, one holds links, one holds colors, and there's one called a boolean, which is just a fancy word for true or false, like, is this product in stock? Yes or no. You fill in a box for every single item in your collection. And Framer keeps everything organized behind the scenes completely automatically. And because everything's organized in one place, Framer can do something most people don't expect. You design one page, just one, image up top, title, description, button, whatever your layout looks like, and then you tell Framer, use this exact design for every item in my collection, and it just makes it happen. 10 projects, 10 pages, instantly. 100 blog posts, 100 pages, instantly. Not one of them built by hand. That's what's called a dynamic page. And that's right there is the entire reason CMS exists in the first place. And honestly, that's not even the coolest part. Here's where it gets even smarter. Collection can literally talk to each other. Say you have got a blog collection and an author's collection, sitting completely separately, right? You can link a blog post to an author using something called a reference field. Now, every blog post automatically pulls in that author's name, photo, and bio straight from one place. And if that author changes their profile picture, it updates on every post they have ever written. Automatically, you don't touch a single page. That's a real difference between a website that fights you every time you update it and one that just works for you. That's honestly the part that took me a second to fully get, if I'm being real with you. At first, I genuinely thought CMS was just a blog thingy. Like, okay, cool, it makes blog posts easier, moving on. But then I started building other stuff, like a portfolio, a little shop page, even a recipe site just for fun. And I kept running into the exact same repeating pattern over and over, no matter what I was building. Same layout, different content every single time, and every single time the fix was identical, like turning it into a collection and let Framer handle the repetition instead of me sitting there building each page one at a time. Once that clicked, actually building one stopped feeling technical at all. Here's the shape of it, big picture, You create a collection inside Framer CMS panel, define your fields, design a single page, and bind that design to your data. Framer handles the rest from there. That's the concept. The actual step by step, clicking through it live, building a real collection from scratch, that's a whole video on its own. And that's exactly what's coming next in this series. So keep an eye out for that one. But for right now, here's the one thing I want you to walk away with. Next time you are building a blog, a shop, a portfolio, whatever it is, don't build the page after page after page after page. Just build one. Connect it to a collection and let Framer do the multiplying for you. That's literally what CMS was made for. If this finally made CMS click for you, that's exactly why I make this. Subscribe for more Framer breakdowns just like this one, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, keep working. Peace.